All right, going to throw some discs into a field. There's a headwind. I want to figure out, trying to downsize. I want to get rid of some discs, and these are all very suspect to me. Most of them I got used, and well, they're probably too overstable for me. So here I am, going downhill, and just going to give them all a good toss. Let's see what happens. Super overstable. Now that's for my arm. My arm's not super strong, but here we go. Gateway, evolution, 7503. So also should be very overstable for me. With some fade too. Yep. Now I've counted my discs. I know how many I have. So I'll know how many I need to come home with. Disc golf answer man. Terribly overstable. Prodigy D6 distance driver. Let's see if I can give it some distance. There we go. That one's pretty good. Ooh. Good roll at the end. I'll definitely, perhaps even be bagging that one. Punisher. Now it's 167, 168 grams. It's good to know the weight of your discs, especially if they're your favorites, so you can replace them. Easy peasy. Slayer. Oh. Interesting skip. Oh, way too overstable. Now for the forehead flick, these would be good for dogleg rights though. Trying to curve it around to the right. The fourth number is fade, and if that's a high number, then you can flick them and they'll fade right. Right hand, backhand, and they'll fade left. So you want a high fourth number, the fade, if you want to go for a dog leg either this way or that way, depending on which way you throw. Stiletto. Way too overstable. And again, that's for my arm. Defy. Axiom discs. It is a, yeah, Defy. I'd call that stable. I threw it with hyzer. It stayed on the hyzer. It's a good disc, actually. Legacy. 175 grams. Pretty heavy. It's a good one. Prodigy. Yeah. Overstable. For me, but stable. Put it on some hyzer, it stayed on the hyzer. Good shot. Good disc. Hellfire. DGA first flight. All right. The Force. This one is 12503. So stable, with some fade, speed 12, decent glide. Let's see what happens. West Side Discs Hatchet, 9.6 negative 2.2. Speed is 9. The glide is 6. Now, 0 to 3 are your putters. 4, 5, 6 basically mid-range. 7, 8, 9 control drivers, fairway drivers. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 distance drivers. This should be easier to control. So a speed 9, that means you don't need much power to make it go straight. 6 is a lot of glide. 4, 5, 6 for the glide. 2 or 3 glide is the wind's not going to take it. You want your putters usually to be those. Negative 2 is the stability. Negative 2 should turn over with my flick a little. Or right hand, backhand, it should turn over a little bit. Negative 2. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. They should be able to turn over. Forehand flick, same thing. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. They should be able to turn over. That's understability, and that is the third number being negative. 2 is the fade. Should have a little bit of fade. Let's see how it does. Terrible throw. It's a very unbroken in disc. I also released it too early, so there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. This is a Star Destroyer, Ricky Wysocki. I just remember it being overstable, so I'm going to try to throw it kind of flat. Yeah. Pretty good, pretty good. This one? Don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Not a bad throw. Okay, Katana. I like these. It's 13.5 negative 3.3. Yeah. Negative 3. I'm not turning it over that much, but it's a speed 13. But still, it held before it faded, so that's a good one. And I can control that with hyzer. If I put some anhyzer on that, I can get that to go pretty far. But you shouldn't be fighting your discs like that and using anhyzer to try to get a disc that's too stable or overstable for you to turn over. If you're having to do this with all your discs, you need a negative third number, okay? Or you got to get a lighter disc, or you got to move the first number down. If you're throwing the 12 and you can't get it to turn over, move down to 9s, 8s, and 7s for your drivers. Okay? Not sure what this one is, but here we go. Oh, too low. But a good straight flyer. April showers. April 30th, 2011. The Heiser Greer, New York. I think that's what it says. Heiser Creek. Jeez, I couldn't read it. Heiser Creek, New York. There you go. Thunderbird 9502, DX plastic, very worn in. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, look at that thing go. Whew. That's a good one, very straight. And notice this DX plastic, very worn in. I tend to do well with those. Don't poo-poo your DX plastic, it's the cheapest. 10.4, negative 1.3, a Pro Orc. All right. This one's got an interesting little picture on it. Not sure what it is. 176 grams. Well, let's see. Whew. That's a good one. Stay pretty straight for me. I like this one too, as I remember. It's a Daedalus, champion Daedalus, and yeah, bought it used. Supposed to be 172 grams. Oh, look at the wind take it. Jeez. Still like it though. Didn't turn it over enough. This is a Blizzard Champion Wraith. Let's see what happens with it. Now, it was so light. Wow. It was so light that I put a lot of hyzer on it. I should have thrown it more flat because it's still very stable, even though it's light. And the wind takes it on a day like today. This is an Escape 9.5 -1.3. There you go. See, I'm throwing a speed 9 further than everything else. That should tell you something. Here's an Archangel. Super flippy. Super flippy. I'm going to give this a lot of hyzer. I'm going to try to release it with a lot of hyzer. Let's see what happens. Yep. And again, you saw it. Hyzer flip. That's a hyzer flip disc. Hyzer and flip over. So again, throwing it with a hyzer, and it flipped. This one's also very good. Discraft Avenger SS. I tend to throw these pretty far. This one, I remember there's something weird about it, but let's see. Yeah, it's very flippy. Roll. That's how you do a flick turn roller. And again, terrible throw because I wasn't meaning to do that, but I do actually throw my rollers that way with a different disc and flick it, and you get it to turn over and catches and rolls. This is an X-Clone, pretty rare old disc. Let's see how it throws. 6.5 -1.2. Too high. Height is not distance. Remember that. If you throw these discs nose down, you notice some of the flattest ones have gone the longest distance. Nose down, and that's how they get their distance. You don't want to throw nose up. They just fade off. Or right hand, backhand, they'll just fade off. If you're noticing that all your shots are fading off, well, you should probably throw a little lower. Of course, the exception is when you're throwing uphill. But, you know, that's nose up. You want to throw nose down, flat. This is an Eagles Wings disc golf. Trying to see anything else about it. Anyway, looks to be pretty old. Here we go. Whew. Right. Gordon, I don't know what it says. Chevrolet Orange Park. Must be a dealership. 7502 factory second DX T-Bird. Oh, look at it go. You see what a nose down throw will do for you? All right. No idea what it is, but it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Looks pretty cool. Interesting disc, very stable. Boss. And it's a Blizzard champion boss too. Oh, way too low, but definitely too stable for me. Here we go with a beast, champion beast. Whoop. Barry Schultz. Oh, too high. Prodigy. What's that, a Z? Who knows? I don't know their system. D3 350G. Ah, look at that, second win. Nice disc, got me the distance. Okay, maybe I should throw more Prodigy. What are your favorite discs? And have you smashed that like button yet? And subscribed? I hope you have. This is the last one, then we're gonna go and see how they did. And I hope you've learned something. A lot of tips in this video, just throwing discs to see which ones I can get rid of because I got way too many. If you want one, let me know in the comments. And here we go. Well, that was a terrible last throw of the day, but oh well. Ooh, super wide. Well, I would say the straightest, longest flyer for me today was this Escape. Dynamic Discs Escape Prime 9.5 -1 2. So that's a speed 9. And throwing from way up top over here. And, you know, pretty good distance for me. I don't throw quite as far as I used to. You know, that's just the way it is. Let's see some others. Here they are, kind of lined up. Let's go see about this one right here. All right, what do we got? Discraft Express, yeah, very good. I'll walk you down the line here, show you the best ones. This Tournament Disc Chevrolet dealership, that one was very good. So this Prodigy did really, really well, almost the best throw. And again, it's a, what is it? D3 Protoplastic 350G. Nice job, Prodigy. I liked it. Very good. And again with Prodigy, look at this, the 400G D6 did very, very well. You know, just about the longest distance. It had some fade, but sometimes you want that, so that's a good thing. Yeah, so as I said, the Discraft Express threw very well, very straight, and was understable, stayed stable. This Thunderbird was surprising. 9502, very, very nice throw for me. I liked it. This Legacy Discs here, very good. The Archangel, surprisingly, thrown with a lot of hyzer, stayed very straight. And let's see. These are all kind of stable, very good discs for me. Overstable, stable. This April Showers tournament disc, very nice. This one, the Swirly Bird here, a nice disc. And exhibiting even more fade. These over here, I'll get to those in a second, but these are not the ones I would get rid of. I like these. The Destroyer here. This one, don't know what it is. This one also. So these had a little bit too much fade, I don't know. I think maybe that was my release though on some of these. And then this one, this is my stable to overstable bagger right here, Eagle's Wings Disc Golf. Very nice disc for me. Not too shabby here either, clearing that little hill there. And then I say the ones on the ledge here, this one's pretty I just threw it too low. That one, the boss, and then this one too. Not a great throw. But these down here, especially the ones that went shorter, I'll probably get rid of. But these did well enough to stick around. Yeah, this one was pretty cool, the Defy. I mean, it was pretty darn straight. Not a great throw, but champion beast here. But these down here, let's see, we got the Stiletto, the Force. That one's tried to stay up. I have another Force too, the Orc. These are a little short here. Show you what they were, where they ended up. Not great at all. But let's see. This one, yeah, not so great. Gateway, I've thrown that better though, as I remember. Prodigy something or other, and the Slayer. This I thought was just a terrible throw. This has been a pretty good disc for me, actually. Westside Discs. Punisher. And then swinging on over here, the Daedalus. And then this Wraith here. And then finally the one that ended up in the path here. Not a great disc. So that one I'll probably sell on. It's kind of ugly. Somebody dyed it. They liked it. Okay, so here are the ones that I will probably get rid of. These are the ones right here. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with those in a second. But these are, I need maybe some more evaluation. These were some of the best throws right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw them back this way and see if it was just a fluke or if I actually throw them nice and straight more than once. Now, having all this on video is a great way to evaluate them later. I can go ahead and look at the footage later, figure out which ones flew well, figure out how I threw them wrong, how I could maybe adjust my throwing, but it'll help. It'll help you if you kind of look at the footage and see what's going on. Now, I've been throwing so long, I'm not going to change my form or anything at this point. So, I don't say you should watch my form. Amazingly, I've ran into people on disc golf courses who've seen my videos. There was a guy throwing 150, 200 feet further than I could throw. And he was like, oh my God, you taught me how to throw. You taught me how to flick or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm not saying my form is great, but I do know how these discs fly. I know how to evaluate the discs. And, I've been playing long enough. Watch my full rounds. The shots that really save me are my approach shots. And, sometimes the putts. You drive for show and you really putt for dough. Your approaches and putts, they can save you. They can get you out of trouble. So you have to be good with those. Know how your discs fly. Know how you can curve one right, left. And I tell you the secrets to that in many of my other videos. So watch those. But smash that like button and subscribe. Let me know if you like one of these discs that I want to sell. And also, just leave me a general comment and watch all my disc golf rounds, everything you need to know about disc golf, problem shots, rollers, and I evaluate certain discs too and do disc golf reviews on both my channels, DrivinIvanKatz, where you can search any car, and DrivinIvan on YouTube and see my car reviews. Put some disc golf video on that channel, and also on my Ivan Katz Productions. So definitely follow those two. Some on my ink video, TikTok, well, more likely my DrivinIvanKatz on TikTok. My ink videos for song stories and music. Speaking of that, Jim Morrison's Life and Death in Paris is a good video, U2 in Dublin, and I've got videos coming up on Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles, with a very special surprise. But for now, I'm gonna throw these towards the hill and see how far they go. Let's do it. And again, I've counted all these so I know how many I've got. Here we go. Starting with this one. Okay. D6. Very consistent. Oh, too high. Too high. Avenger. SS. Good distance with that one. Legacy discs. Also too high. But do you see how an understable disc gets you the extra distance? The orange one, the Prodigy, D6 or whatever it was, you know, it just turns over and keeps going, and then it fades back. So sometimes the more understable a disc, if you're fighting, like I said, and trying to throw this way to get the disc to then straighten out, you're losing distance. You want a disc that'll turn over for you. Understable, third number, negative. Yeah, not a great throw. Too high, and yeah, just wasn't good. Archangel, I'm gonna put some hyzer on it. Very flippy. Yeah, not very flippy today, but about the same distance anyway. And this one, pretty light disc, this one. 7502 DXT bird. Ah. Yeah. So, there you go. Throwing discs in a field to figure out maybe if they should be in your bag or not. I got a couple baggers. I was happy with a couple of these. I'll add them to my bag, and now I know. If I'm ever wondering, I see a disc, I've got so many discs, I can go back to this video and study them and see what happened. So there you go. Smash that like button, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'm producer, disc golfer, songwriter, documentary producer, yes, Real Reality and Real Poker, great documentaries to watch on YouTube. Banksy's Art in Bristol too, don't miss that one. Literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game. And what else? What other highlights do I have? Watch me play all the instruments on Hotel California and my guitar reviews as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ivan Katz.